Now for the analysis with the dogs probably interrupting us. Play the first two measures. What chord is it? It's a C major chord, C, E, G. Play measures 3 and 4. What chord is it? It is the F major chord in an inversion. C and F are side by side on the circle of fifths. Measure 5 and 6, return to the C chord. And then 7 and 8. What chord is it? It is the G chord. The C chord, the F chord, and the G chord are all adjacent on the circle of fifths. Measure 9 and 10. What chord is this? Take it out of inversion. For example, take that E and set it down here. It's your C chord. Measure 11. That looks like an F chord to me. And measure 12. Back to the C chord. Take the E, set it down here. 13 and 14 are a little trickier. It's actually the G chord, but it sounds like it's suspended in a solution. There's the G chord. Here it resolves. There's your G7 chord right there. The D is missing, but it's still a G7 chord. Measure 16 resolves back to the C chord. Now we switch over to the relative minor. C major has a relative minor, which is A minor. No sharps, no flats in the key signature, but we love the sound of adding that G sharp. Okay, play measure 17 and 18. What chord is it? A minor. Well, the next one has to be adjacent on the circle, and I'll bet you it's a D minor. Measure 19 and 20. Can you see the D minor chord? A and D, adjacent on the circle of fifths. Measure 21 and 22, back to A minor. Here's the E major, 23 and 24. Do you see that G sharp in there? It's not in the key signature, but we love that sound in the minor. So here's your scales and arpeggios book. A minor, 1, the 1 chord. Count up 4 to the D minor chord, which we saw in measure 19 and 20. Then up to the major, the 5 chord, E major, 23 and 24. Measure 25 and 26. What chord is it? Take it out of inversion. I could take that E and set it up here. A minor. Measure 27. It's back to a G major chord. And what's adjacent to G on the circle of fifths? Measure 28. C chord. G suspended and resolved. There's the 7th. C is suspended and it resolves. So this piece uses the C chord, the 4 chord, which is the F chord, and the G chord. And then it uses the relative minor, A, its 4 chord, which is the D, and the E major.